Hello, hello, and welcome once more to another riveting episode of Soundcheck with Pathos and Logos. I'm Pathos, or are you Pathos?
You're Pathos.
I'm Pathos? Okay, I'm Pathos.
You're Pathos. I'm Logos.
There you go. And we're Pathos and Logos, like I said we were mere moments ago. The margaritas have started.
The margaritas are flowing
The
today,
margaritas
y'all.
are flowing today, and so is the vibe. Kyle, what have you been up to, sir?
What have I been up to? Well, as usual, we're trying to wrap up the new record.
That's right.
Other than that, next week I'm going to Jazz Fest. I'm going to New Orleans Jazz Fest.
No shit.
Yeah, just dropping that on you. I didn't even tell you till right now.
Holy fuck, dude, that's awesome.
I'm just gonna sneak my way in.
I love that.
It's a work thing, dude. I'm going to be down in New Orleans doing inspections, and so they just happen to be having Jazz Fest.
And so you're going to Jazz Fest.
I'm going to go to Jazz Fest.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I don't know who I'm going to see or what I'm going to see. I think I'm going to hear jazz, though.
Well, one would hope.
One would at least hope.
I hope that you get one of the Marsalis brothers playing some brilliant music on a brilliant instrument.
I'll be looking for the Smooth Yaz stage.
That's right.
Just walk around asking people where the Smooth Yaz stage is.
Yeah,
see how long it is before I get kicked out.
This guy he keeps pronouncing it Yaz. He's not stopped asking. It's been 45 minutes now. I can't get rid of him.
He won't stop.
Yeah, it's wild.
So that's what's going to be going on. Other than that, WrestleMania is going on.
Ooh.
So it's big. It's WrestleMania season.
Yes.
Up in this bitch.
And
so you can tell I've been drinking because I'm already just like swearing at the beginning for no reason at all.
We're Pathos and Logos. Fuck. That's how you know.
That's the next song, actually.
Yes, that's right. That's correct.
So that's what's going on. I got Jazz Fest going on next weekend. This weekend is WrestleMania. What about you, dude?
I'm just again working hard. We are, putting our heads together, literally and figuratively, and I do mean literally. We hopped into a Brundlefly telepod and fused our brains together in order to do a little bit more work on the new album. I have been having weird dreams, Kyle. It's been happening to me recently. I had a dream.
Let me be your dream therapist.
Okay, so let me tell you a little bit. Tell me they say all dreams mean something. Mm-hmm. Internet, let me know what you think. Weigh in on this. So I had a dream that I was making love to the actor Jennifer Coolidge. Jennifer Coolidge. I dreamt that I was boning Jennifer Coolidge, and she was that she was just saying, "Why? Oh, I sleep hanging upside down like a bat." Like she was saying, like, I learned how to walk through walls like a ghost. She was just saying the why, and that's all that I remember. That's the only part of it that I recall.
Was she trying to pitch you Capital One cards and stuff too?
She was, surprisingly, she was not.
No,
she was off the clock. She was just, she was just boning some guy in a Kangol hat because for some reason I still had my hat on in the dream.
You could see yourself then.
Yeah,
or is it a POV where you just see the brim? I don't know what it's like to have a Kangol hat on.
I feel like it was both in some in the way of dream logic. Mm-hmm. I knew a couple of things. I was boning Jennifer Coolidge. I still had my hat on, and she was saying weird shit about alien prophecies, which I don't know, was bizarre. So that's kind of, I don't want to be like that's what I've been up to. That was not like a voluntary experience. I should state for the record that I have also not consumed any content that had Jennifer Coolidge in it.
No?
No, I didn't watch a movie.
Not The White Lotus?
No clips. I didn't go back to American Pie or anything like that. Wasn't she in American Pie?
I was just going to say, is she in American Pie?
I thought I must be.
Let's go to the studio audience. Is Jennifer Coolidge in American Pie? Can confirm she was in American Pie.
I was nervous for a second. I thought I got it wrong.
I had to think about other movies for a second with Jennifer Coolidge.
Yeah,
I'm obviously the Christopher Guest movies.
Yes, of course.
Like Best in Show.
Yeah,
classic.
I know, excellent movies.
So good.
So, but so that's less that's what I've been up to, and more that's a thing that happened to me.
So I'll go ahead and ask everybody because I'm sure the internet wants to know. How was she?
I mean, it was amazing. It was amazing. Hearing about her sleeping upside down, hanging like a bat somehow was doing it for me as well.
Yeah, it was like a Lost Boys fetish for you.
Yeah, it must be. You're dead me. It was great. It was great. It was a wonderful thing.
That is pretty weird, but also cool.
And at least I can say in my own defense, not necessarily off-brand for me. That's
I don't really dream much anymore.
just in a general way.
Just in general, I don't really have much of the dreaming.
I didn't for a while. And then I started. I don't know. They just kind of came back.
As your
Rip
dream
roaring.
therapist, I don't know if I would be worried or not that now that you're dreaming again, it's like you said, Jennifer Coolidge prophetic.
Yeah, like just
Sex dreams.
speaking in tongues. It was wild. It was crazy.
You'll have to write that down in your dream journal.
I will. I'll write it down in my dream journal and then look back, and it'll be in some alien, uninterpretable language.
The plot to a fantastic movie begins.
What? I didn't write that. What did I write? It'll be great.
Yes.
Is it that time already?
It is, in fact, that time already, Paul.
Humans of the internet, it is our exquisite pleasure to welcome onto the show a true icon of the metal community in Colorado, in Nebraska, on the planet Earth, in this galaxy, the most metal motherfucker this side of Alpha Centauri. Everybody put your hands together for the one and only rock photographer John Loen.
So pumped. We are pumped. Everybody is pumped.
I am pumped.
Even the dog is pumped. Hey, buddy. Hey, sit down here with us, dude. Okay, look at this. He thinks he's a guest. He's getting right up on the couch. Okay, you got to sit down, though. He just farted on me. That's what just
That's
happened.
okay.
You guys heard that.
I did hear that.
That was a little, that's how you know he loves you.
It's
That's
a love fart.
That's right. That's how you know he's excited for an interview.
That's how you know. Some
That's how you
people
know.
can just barely contain it.
That's right.
So, John, dude, how the hell are you, man?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm happy as heck to see you guys. It's always been too long.
Same,
Always
dude.
been too
But,
long.
I've been watching the episodes, jamming the tunes. Can't wait for the new stuff.
Oh, John.
Yo, we'll play you a couple of the
Yeah,
songs.
we'll give you.
That's why you're in the loop. That's why you're in the group chats, because you get to hear the songs before everybody else.
That's right.
That's right.
Getting
Yeah,
that exclusive.
yeah. I don't know. Have we sent you any of the songs yet?
No.
Oh, I was gonna say because I know I don't think we've sent them to anybody. Dude.
No.
Like even my wife, she hears them and she's like, "Is that you?" I'm like, "Yes, it is." That's really good. That's how, yeah. Because my wife doesn't listen to metal music, if anybody can relate. She doesn't listen to metal music at all. So whenever she's like, "Oh, that is acceptable," or she's like, "That's really heavy," that's how I know it's really
That you're onto
heavy.
something.
Yeah, I'd be like, "Say more." Yeah. So what's new, man? What's going on?
Not much is really new. I'm just working, jamming tunes, watching wrestling.
Fuck yeah! I see you.
WrestleMania.
I see you got your Austin 316 shirt on there.
The
Now-
original Austin 316
Oh.
from 1996.
Holy
Yeah.
fucking
Which
shit,
I must have been a fat kid because it still fits now from when I was 13 years old.
dude! Good point.
So it's impressive. I did try it on before I left, and I was like, yes.
Still
Still
fits.
there.
It's been hanging up for 20 years, but
I know the feeling, dude. Everybody, I think all guys can relate to this. Probably not girls so much, but guys, they've got the like one or two shirts that like just sit in the closet that you're like, no, I'm not getting rid of this shirt. One day I'm gonna wear it. I'm gonna have a need for it, whatever.
Yep.
And then today's that fucking day, dude.
Today is that day, buddy.
Today is that day. It's WrestleMania weekend, in fact.
it is.
Yeah.
2 days now.
It's
WrestleMania is 2 days.
Which blew my mind. I'm a classic wrestling guy,
Yeah.
right? So I've been kind of under a rock as far as like modern wrestling goes with WWE. I almost want to say WWF still. WWE. It's 2 days now?
2 days.
Damn.
So they've been doing the 2-day thing for a couple years now, and it's been pretty good. They were having these shows that would start at like 2 in the afternoon and go to 11 o'clock at night.
What?
So you'd be watching this at home, and you're like, okay, because you can go like shopping if you need to, go do some cooking. But when you're at the venue, at the show, the later matches, the crowd would be pretty dead. And that's your
yeah.
biggest matches, right?
For sure.
So they're like, let's just do 2 days, and the crowds are pretty amped up for the whole show.
Oh, so you're saying for a while they were just doing like the 1-day event, and it was 9 to 10
it was
hours
all
long.
day, all day.
That's too much.
Plus, like
dude.
a pre-show and all that. Even as a fan, I was like, yeah, okay.
You're right. A little much.
Yeah, like I'd like to do something during the day before I watch this.
Dude, the NFL doesn't even go that long with the fucking Super Bowl.
No, it's crazy. I mean, the Super Bowl starts at what, like 4?
Something like that.
When the coverage starts. So
Yeah, and then they're done by 10 or something.
Yeah, that's kind of the path that the wrestling has taken. They've just done it Saturday and Sunday now.
And so is it down to 3 hours again, or?
It's still going to be 4 or 5 hours each night.
Fucking
So
shit.
yeah, it's like 7 matches each night.
And it takes that long?
Yeah, because they got to have 30 minutes of promotion in between.
Oh.
They got to do the celebrity stuff, and the Hall of Famers come out, and all that good stuff.
I see. Got
But
it.
if they just did it like back in our day, when you watch WrestleMania 3, that's like 3 hours, 3.5 hours. But
Yeah.
there's like 20 matches.
Yeah, and
It's just
all of them
match,
are good.
Match. Yeah, and it's all awesome.
All the classics, dude.
But
It's
fun.
I confess, gentlemen, that truly my education about wrestling, I missed the boat with wrestling back in the day, and off of the, unironically, I was about to be like the raw enthusiasm.
Yeah.
I was literally about, that was not intentional, but in a very real way, just your guys' raw, pure enthusiasm for this art form. Has piqued my curiosity, dude.
And for what it's worth, just from like being out on tour all the time, dude, how many times do we end up getting into conversations with dudes about wrestling?
That's an aspect of tour that does not get talked about a lot. That actually happens way more than you'd think, dude.
It's like an astonishing amount. People you don't even know. You just be like randomly make an Andre the Giant reference, and then it's hours of conversation.
Oh, yeah, buddy.
With a dude in a studded leather jacket that's like, man, fucking Randy Savage was the best.
Yeah.
And then
when
you
I
hear
was
about
12 doing Randy Savage impressions in my mirror, Sid Vicious impressions, It's like, yeah, I did that too, bro.
Oklahoma City comes to mind. I remember standing there and talking to, I forget dude's name. If you're watching the episode, fucking let us know who you are. But we talked about Ric Flair for fucking hours,
right,
dude. And we just did shots and talked about Ric Flair.
Yeah.
And we're all wooing and everything like that. Everybody in the bar was wooing.
Everybody woos.
Everybody
That
woos,
should have
bro.
been a shirt. You missed about WWE.
I'm hearing Michael Stipe. Everybody woos sometimes.
Yes.
Dun, 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 dun,
That's right. Everybody's just getting out of their cars in the video, woo, doing the woo.
They're all doing the Ric Flair whoop. That's pretty good, dude. Yeah, so, yeah, that's the thing.
That's what's going down.
That is, in fact, what is going
That's
down.
tonight. We're going to watch it. At least I'm going to watch it. You guys should come watch it.
Oh, I'm coming.
Paul,
Oh,
are you
wow.
going to get introduced?
Tonight might be the night, guys.
We're going to pop the cherry of Paul.
That's right.
Actually, I'm surprised, dude. We've never watched a classic match with
And
you.
we know they've been on like in the background in like a passive way, like over at Nate's or something, dude.
Sure.
When everybody was fucking getting down partying.
Shout out to Nate Dogg.
What up, dude?
What's
Love
up,
you,
Nate?
dude.
Also, too, apropos of nothing other than just pure like the love, Bigford, what's good, baby?
What's up, Bigford?
What's good, Bigford?
You gotta give the old 4.
And we're talking
Bigford.
about wrestling, dude. There
The
it is,
gem
dude.
Yeah.
of Billings, Montana.
There.
Justin
4.
Bickford, bro.
There it is.
Yeah, it is. There it is. But no, we have yet to actually sit down and do like a dedicated, like, educate Paul about the OGs.
If there's ever a way that we could just get the 3 of us and the Bigford
The Bigford.
in a room with a TV and wrestling, that's what Paul needs as far as
I think, yeah, because there's not only will I be able to watch the matches, but there's going to be details
we're
about
gonna nerd out about
the
what's happening.
commentary.
You're going to go deep in the nerd zone. There's going to be commentary about you guys are going to remember like some meal that you had that day. Like there's just such an expansive sensory experience that will come from actually being able to sit down with you guys and watch that stuff.
It's oddly special, as corny as the art is, and art is the real word for what wrestling is. It's the most unique thing that there is out there. I'll take my cousin to events in Omaha, like Monday Night Raw, and she doesn't watch wrestling. but she likes to go do stuff. And she goes, I'm just gonna go people watch, and we're leaving the show, and she'll be like, I did not expect that at all. And she's like, I want to make fun of people, and I just saw people having fun.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's the thing. I'm getting a little goosebumpy again. I'm getting
Yeah, you are. I can see him from right here.
but that's the thing when you go to a wrestling show, like a lot of wrestling fans are kind of closeted a little bit because a lot of society kind of frowns on it. But when you're at that show, everybody's there for the same thing. It's like a metal show.
Yeah.
Everybody's there for the same thing.
Yeah.
When you got 40-year-old men wearing replica championship belts, screaming their lungs off. It's special, man. And it's fun, and that's what it's all about. Just fun.
Yeah, John. It's funny that you sort of took the words out of my mouth with that, man, because that's something that I wanted to touch on, and why it's. I mean, we are happy to have you on the show anyway, but you just like as a dude, the wrestling thing and the metal thing, you're a real one, dude. Like like Black Braid is playing. I'm driving 7.5 hours.
Not gonna miss
like,
it.
Not gonna miss it, dude. You're going.
Oh, and Lamp of Murmur and Dodzeritz with them? I'm gonna be there.
And
it's $20. I'm gonna buy
Even
merch
better.
too.
Right, dude. Like, I will run there if I have to. And obviously, those are things that you enjoy very much, the wrestling, the metal shows and stuff. But it touches on something that we have discussed actually a lot on the show, which is being plugged into a community. I feel like in the modern world in 2026, no matter where you live, there is a crisis of community. People are overworked, they're overwrought, everybody is chronically online. You know, everything from like dating apps to just trying to arrange stuff with other human beings. Everything is through the medium of a screen. And I mean, literally, like, we're not playing a gig right now somewhere. We're pre-recording something that people are going to watch on what? It's on a screen.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's just part of the Faustian pact that you have to make to operate in modern life. But it still doesn't change that all of those things, the screen in your face for 1 million hours a day, I think they say the average person fucks around or scrolls on their phone for something like 5 or 6 hours every day over the course of a day.
Holy
Yes,
fuck.
and I turned the little, like, at the end of the day, my phone would say, you are on your screen this amount of time. I turned that off. I was like,
It was making you feel bad about
I
yourself?
don't like this.
Yeah, dude.
So it's just the fabric of us now.
It's just the way that it is. But that the fact of that being so many people's reality still doesn't make it a successful or healthy substitute for just human contact and shared human experience, dude.
100%.
You know, and like the wrestling thing, the metal show thing, dude, those are perfect, shining, sterling examples of places where you get to feel that energy. You're in that room with however many hundreds of people, and you're all locked in on the same vibe. Like, that's, oh no, man.
It's special.
Yeah, it is special, dude.
And that's the thing. Like, you think about that, and you think, like, all these people, whether it's a couple hundred at a local metal show or a 10,000 at a big arena or venue, you know, at one point, all these people had the same idea.
Yes.
That we're all going to come here and check that out.
Correct.
We're all here for the same reason, so let's have some fun.
Yeah, shared thoughts, shared intention. I've had a couple of margaritas. Paul, don't start talking about magic. Don't make it about magic, dude.
But it is.
But it is, though,
Yeah.
kind of, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I use that term a lot, magic,
Yeah.
because of you, actually. Like, I'll be thinking of something, or I'll be listening to a song, and I'll get goosebumps, or I'll get a chill. I'll be like, that's the magic.
that's the magic, dude.
That's what makes it fucking magic.
That's what makes it magic, dude. It's not overhyped. That's for sure.
And then I'll send that song to my buddies. Be like, you all need to hear this shit.
Gotta check this out.
And they're like, that's pretty damn good.
The great irony is that, like, you get such a great feeling from it, and yet, like, people are stuck on their phones, right? People don't go and do that stuff as much anymore, even though they know it's good for them. It's kind of like working out. Everybody knows that working out is going to be good for you, and yet You're like, man, I just kind of want to fucking crush this Totino's pizza right now, you know? Like, it'd be a lot easier to do that with the next 15 minutes of my life, you know?
Dude, and actually speaking to that, Kyle, I'm sure you'd probably agree that you can be detached from those things that are so good for you for so long that when you begin to experience the consequences of not doing them, you can actually get confused about why you feel bad. Be like, why do I feel like shit? Alls I do is just like neck hot wings and fucking drink a half a bottle of whiskey and fucking smoke 38 cigarettes a day. I don't understand. You know, hey, now listen now, no shade to smoking 38 cigarettes. It's not great for your health, not good for the body, but I understand that for some it's good for the soul.
Lemmy made it work.
Lemmy made it
did
work.
make it work.
Not
Lemmy
everybody's
did make
Lemmy,
it
though.
work. Yeah, you know, whiskey, cigarettes, and lots of hot wings are pretty much all of the food groups, as I understand, in my food pyramid. But you take my meaning though, that you know that fast living, dude, that can have consequences, and you forget sometimes you need to move your body, and I think there is an epidemic. You're here, so I said epidemic, and it was epidemic, permanent disease. A Slayer song starts happening. Just by
It all
being,
gets metal community. Right, dude?
just being in proximity to rock photographer John Loen. But you can forget how badly you need human contact. You know, like even literally.
It's important.
Yeah, literally oxytocin is like necessary for health. You know, you can't forgo it.
Is oxytocin is that like
It's like a love sort of a chemical that comes from physical contact.
I like Love Chemical.
Yeah.
That's dope.
That's going to be our new band, Love
That's
Chemical.
the new band.
Love Chemical is playing at the Marquee tomorrow, bro.
Tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning. We don't have songs. You think you're going to get songs? We're just going to rub you weird.
that sounds like it could be like the title of a Turnstile record or something.
That's
like
right.
that, you know?
That's right.
Did you guys, not to get too off topic, did you guys hear all the news about Turnstile and their guitar player?
All
No,
I heard was
I-
they were up for a Grammy.
Dude, I think they won the Grammy.
Did they win it?
But
I think you're right. Actually, they did.
They did. They won the Grammy. So they fired a guitar player or parted ways with the guitar player, right? And then the guitar player like went and dissed them for like you know, basically just pandering to their audience. And then this motherfucker goes and joins another band called The Set and then gets kicked out of that band in like a month. Then on top of all this motherfucker is in a car and tries to run down, I think it's the singer of Turnstile's dad, tries to kill him in a vehicle. This is just like 2 weeks ago, dude.
What in the Tommy Vexed is going on?
What you're saying is
Oh, that was good. That
real
was
nice,
good.
nice pull.
So you guys, you hadn't heard about
I
this
had
at
not
all?
heard about that, and like at some point you got to realize that maybe you're the problem, dude.
You think?
You think,
Dude, who else
Holy
gets
shit.
kicked out of like 2 bands in like 4 months and gets convicted? Well, maybe he's not convicted, but he's going to trial of like manslaughter, attempted manslaughter. Tries to run over your ex-band member's family member.
That is, I've actually in real life, particularly a life in the arts, you hear about a lot of wild stuff. I have actually never heard of that before.
Yeah,
You know?
that's a new one.
It would be, you'd think it'd be like a Jerry Springer episode or something like
Literally,
that.
dude, yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
No, that's what's going on in Turnstile universe these days.
Who knew?
Mo money, mo problems. Right?
I guess.
Exactly right.
They've
They've reached that level.
Win a Grammy, dad almost gets run over by a car.
It does call to mind the words of the Stoic philosopher Epictetus. And if I am quoting this correctly, I believe he is quoted as saying, "Don't start no shit, won't be no shit."
Yes.
And unfortunately, he has lost sight of Stoic philosophy. So,
Well,
happens to you sometimes.
I think he had it.
Nailed it.
God, yeah, good job running over your ex-bandmate's or trying to run over your ex-bandmate's dad.
Yeah, all that from Love
You
Chemical.
would have to like plan that out.
That's what I'm
You don't
saying.
think that he would just randomly, oh, there's his dad at the crosswalk. I'm doing it.
You think he's at the Piggly Wiggly? You know what I mean?
Right.
They're
He had to,
both just happen to be there.
This is where he goes shopping.
Yeah,
They're on
but-
Tuesdays.
That is
Gotta be
some
like a premeditated.
malice of forethought type shit, dude.
Yeah.
That is not, wow.
Crazy.
Maybe guy needs a hug, dude.
Yeah, he's not getting his oxytocin,
There
dude.
you go,
He's not
dude.
getting his fucking love chemical,
Not
dude.
getting the love chemical.
Not getting the see how we fucking brought that all the way back around, guys. Bravo.
Beautiful.
This is what we
That's-
bring
that's
to the
the magic,
table.
dude.
That is in
That's
fact
the
magic.
magic. I'm
I
gonna
think
get that as
Hercules got a
neck
dose
tattoo.
of the magic.
Hercules is the most significant figure of the 21st century.
That's what life is all about, right?
Hercules
Yeah.
for president
That is.
2028.
Yeah. Oh, I know he has my vote. Yeah. Look
100%.
at you,
I'm gonna
Bubba.
vote and then go vote again.
That's right.
All right.
Later on, buddy.
He's making his exit, I guess.
He's had enough.
So you also go by Vinyl in Motion.
I do, and as I haven't done that in a long time actually. But that was just a little fun page, just to kind of catalog my vinyl collection that I was getting into.
I was super enjoying it.
Yeah,
Your vinyl
maybe
in
I
motion
should bring it
posts.
back.
Please do, dude.
Okay.
Because that was cool.
Yeah.
All right, well maybe I will.
You should.
I always tried to give like a cool description to the record that was on, and compare it to something that I don't know made me think of while I was listening to that record. But yeah, it was fun. Maybe I will bring it back. Quick story from that one: Terry Butler, the great Terry Butler, bass player for Obituary, Death,
Yeah.
6 Feet Under for many years. He quoted or he commented on one of my posts from his newer band, Inhuman Condition, that I compared their EP to a Godzilla movie. Oh, and Terry Butler himself just quoted, "Hell yes, dude." I was like,
And it makes
Fucking
your
yeah.
fucking life. Dude,
it was awesome. I
I
screenshotted it. I almost used it as
Yep.
wallpaper.
Yeah.
yeah, fucking t-shirt.
Yeah.
You know, just like
Terry Butler.
Yep. Every time you go to poop, you just pull out the phone, look at that, be like, yeah,
Hell yeah.
it's good. Oh, okay,
Maybe
we're
we'll
good.
reopen the Vinyl in Motion.
You should,
Because I
dude.
mean, I've been the vinyl collection is getting a little out of control. That analog stuff is so cool though, and the way they're doing it now with the colored vinyls is fun.
Yeah.
I just want to be like, I want to watch that spin.
yes.
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
And
So-
compounding the importance of the experience. I think that's a big sort of like being a healthy human thing too. Is the ritual. You know, there's literally a rich margarita. Here comes weirdo Paul. But just the ritual of taking out the disc, placing it, the needle.
Yeah.
You know, like it's like a rite, dude.
Yeah,
You know.
100% is, and the sound is just cooler.
Yeah.
Like when you like my setup is in my bedroom, and when I put it on, lay in the I don't even do anything. I just lay in the bed,
You just lay it
jam the tune, and just feel the music. And that's what I don't know. That's the magic, I guess. We're gonna bring it back to magic a lot today. I think.
That is the magic, dude. The my cousins had a bunch of records, proper records, and we spent a lot of time at my grandparents' house in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. And one thing that a behavior that my cousins, Josh and Jake, would always do that fascinated me was, and I think you guys are there's an intrinsic respect. You'll be like, dude, I get it. Is that they would be like, dude, let's put on this Sabbath record. You know, let's put on this Clutch record. And they would get out the vinyl and they would listen to it one time.
Yeah.
And for the day, it was done. You
Yeah.
are not going to listen to that music again. Now, I'm like some like neuro-spicy, like, I listen to the same song 50 times in a row, like squeezing every last bit of juice out of it until it's like a dried husk. And I was always, so you immediately validate that.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, like I just was so fascinated by this notion. Again, the respect for the art. No, we're listening to it once. Dog, if you're not upstairs with the record player when fucking Sabbath Bloody Sabbath is playing,
You missed it.
You missed it for the day, dog. Like, so that resonates with you?
Yeah, that 100% does. And I'm not gonna say that I've never listened to a record more than once in a row.
Sure.
But for the most part, when you get into like a jam session, and it's just me by myself, it's I'm gonna listen to these, and then when I'm listening to this, I might think, oh shit, I haven't jammed this in a while. When I'm flipping through my records, I go, oh, I almost forgot that I had this. I put it on, I go, oh yeah, I remember why I bought this now. And the way they do things now is such high quality with the sleeves and the gatefolds. It's a real piece of art that you're holding in your hands rather than on your screen.
Yeah.
Which is great and fine. I stream music every day.
Everyone does, dude. Everyone does.
But, when you're at home and you're holding it in your hands, and it's almost like when you're a kid and you have the cassette or the CD, and you're reading the lyrics, and you're reading who produced it.
Yeah.
And then you're reading the thank yous.
Yeah.
And you're like, holy shit, they thanked this person.
Or this band.
Yeah, or that band. I'm like, oh, I have those guys here. I'm going to listen to that now.
Hell yeah,
So the
dude.
whole analog thing, and I'm so happy that it's coming back. It is getting a little pricey, but it's so cool that that's coming back that you can have a library of music now. It's just something to appreciate, and you can pass it down and give it to somebody if you're done with it. That kind of stuff.
That's right.
Is still alive, which is awesome.
There's no server that's going to go down.
Right.
That'll stop you from listening to Bat Out of Hell.
That's the other thing, dude. That's the other thing, 100%. If it ever happens where everything crashes, guess what I can do? You can go put your record on the needle and jam that album. And it's awesome. It's a good feeling.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, your subscription is never going to end.
Subscription doesn't end.
Yeah.
That's right.
You paid your $20 to $50 for that record. Guess what? It's yours now.
That's right.
You own it.
Are you paying $50 for some records, dude?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
So the record thing, like if you get just like a single LP record, it's usually gonna be about $25.
Okay.
Which is
I would say that's kind of normal. That's what I see in the stores.
Yeah. But when you get up to like the double LPs and the gate folds, which means the sleeve opens almost to like a book, but it's not a book. Those get up there in price. Those get up there to $30, $40, $50. And then a lot of this stuff you got to add in the shipping. Well, guess what? When you ship a vinyl,
Oh yeah, dude.
it's a little bit more.
Yeah.
So like if you order from Season of Mist, they'll encourage you. They'll be like, we can ship it for $4, but we don't recommend that.
doing that.
So the next shipping is like $15. You're like, God dang, that's half the record now,
Right,
dude.
yeah.
But it's worth it because your record's going to get there. It's going to be in good shape. It's going to be in good quality. And those guys put out a quality product too, by the way. Shout out to Season of Mist too.
Shout out to
Good
Season of
stuff.
Mist. Yeah, there you go. Oak, Ash, and Thorn. on
Oak, Ash,
Season
and
of Mist.
Thorn.
Oak, Ash, and
Hopefully
fucking
this year, right?
Thorn, dude.
Let's fucking go.
Yeah, let's see.
I'm excited for that shit. But another issue that I have, not an issue, but an addiction, I listen to a lot of black metal, European black metal, and all that stuff is
Imports.
in Europe.
Yeah.
So we had the whole tariff garbage for a while, and I missed out on some really cool shit.
Fuck.
Which pissed me off. But it's coming back now. Only the shipping's like $30, $40.
That's the same price as the record.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's double. I mean, I've paid more shipping for a record, more for the shipping than the record.
Oh, really?
But I really wanted that record.
Yeah.
Really wanted that
Really
record.
wanted that shit.
And can we also be adults about this? There are times where I have spent more than $60 or $70 on DoorDash, dude. And you only get to use that once.
One time. Well, maybe twice, because, you're going to...
If you got leftovers, yeah.
Yeah.
Paul's like, there are no leftovers in this house.
Paul doesn't know what leftovers are.
I didn't stutter. I use it once.
Well, perhaps the cost of it, right, has to do with like the ritual and how much people are getting into it. Because, with subscriptions and you're like, I've got all these tunes in my pocket, you know what I mean? You're not really like paying for one thing, you know what I mean? But because you pay for the record, you're paying for the shipping and all this stuff. You want it to arrive in one piece. You're going to take better care of it and just love it more.
Yes.
in
100%.
general,
100% correct.
Yeah.
as opposed to something either being given to you or just like passively, consuming something,
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's 100% part of the... You're 100% right.
do you like clean off the vinyl before you put it away and stuff?
Not every time. Usually I'll clean it before I play it. That way whatever's on the record doesn't get on the needle.
Yeah.
You're not frying bacon.
No, yeah. But, there's times where maybe I've had a couple of these and I just throw the record on, whatever. But usually it's pretty clean it off, make sure there's nothing on it. And you're going to get a better sound that way too.
Yeah.
So, but it's a lot of fun. It's an expensive hobby to get into. I was collecting comic books for a few years, and I quit doing that. I want to save some money. And then my cousin Tara, Tara, you stayed
Sure
at her
do,
house
yeah.
Yeah.
once.
Tara's awesome, dude.
Love
yeah.
you, cuz.
Shout to Tara. What's good,
She's
homie?
like, check out my records, and I was like, these are cool.
I'm
And she
like,
goes,
I'm
she goes,
into this.
Yeah, she's like, I just got a new record player. Do you want my old one? And I said, sure, why not? Sure as shit. I dug out the old man's old records from the 60s and 70s.
Damn.
And I was sunk in, dude.
Right back into it.
Goddamn. But I love it.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah.
And I love it. Like, a couple of buddies are into it, you know, so... like Nash Martin, for one. He's really into the vinyl stuff.
Oh, I don't think I realized that. Shout to Nash. What's
Yeah,
good,
what's up,
man?
Nash. Hey, check out the GOAT. Place is pretty good. He's the head guy out there. So.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah. We went last night and had a Philly. A-OK.
Dude, this is right down the street from me.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. That's his.
He's like the head chef.
the executive chef or whatever there. Damn.
Yeah.
What's up? We're gonna have to hit y'all up for a sponsorship.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Nash.
But that's part of the fun. Is like
Nash.
he'll be like, I bought this today. I'm like, hell yeah, dude.
Okay.
Like, I bought Bathory today. I'm like,
Yes, dude.
went to Cheyenne and got some black metal.
From Ernie November, probably.
Yeah. November is a classic store. Dude.
Still going strong.
Still going strong, and now again with the record stuff, like we used to go there and get CDs, all the cool shit.
Oh, I've got a great story to go back
you need
on.
to hear it.
No, I was about to say,
Finish your thought first.
Yeah, please.
Okay, well, my thought is with the resurgence of records and stuff is that now they're selling records there, which
Yes.
I think they always did, but it was a smaller.
It was just a smaller section of the store.
And now like it's pretty much a record store. And Nash goes up there, and our buddy Jake, another shout out, Jacob Ward,
What up?
one of the
What's
best.
up, Jake?
They'll ride up there and get some cool shit, and they'll send me pictures, and I'm like, God, now I gotta go get something to top that. So, you know, you start searching the internet, and I'm getting this from Germany. So,
Fuck you
screw you guys.
yeah. Topping each other. So I've got a dude. We started talking about Ernie November, and I immediately went back to the night that we went up to Ernie November for the Ozzy Osbourne. I want to say it was either Osmosis or Greatest Hits or something like that was being released at midnight. It was like a midnight release party.
Okay.
Was this like 01, 02?
Long ass time ago, dude. Fucking long ass time ago, dude.
I think it was the album where he's like the X-ray on the cover.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
I don't know what that
I
one's
can't
called.
remember what it's called either.
But it was they were having a CD midnight release party for it, right?
this.
Okay, so we all drive up there. We're getting fucking stoned in the car, right? And
As you did in
as
01,
as you do. And then so we get there. Everybody gets their stuff. You know what I mean? And we stop on the way home. We stop at a convenience store. So we pull out. Open up the door. I'm going to get out. I look down. The first thing I see, you remember this now, don't
do.
you? First thing I see, gigantic bag of weed
Yep.
just sitting on the ground, dude. And so I'm like, oh, sweet. I didn't even say anything about it. I just picked it up and put it in my pocket. I was just like, oh, okay, just grab this, put it in my pocket. We went inside. Everybody got their stuff. I remember buying a gigantic bag of Cool Ranch motherfucking Doritos.
Knew it was about to happen.
Yep. So we get back in the car, and I'm like, guys, look what I found. I pull out the big old bag of weed, right? And everybody's like, fucking yes, man. Okay. And so we're driving down the road, right? And we're lighting up, doing the thing. I've got the Dorito bag open. And within fucking 5 minutes, dude, we are pulled over. Got a cop behind us, dude.
Fuck.
Yep.
But not even out of Cheyenne, I don't think.
No, we were still there, dude. We were still there. And so I
This was before that, like, weed was like...
was before weed was legal.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a big time no-no.
Back when
so-
it was cool.
Yeah, we could have gone to jail and stuff. But so just thinking quickly, I took the bag and I shoved it in the weed bag and I shoved it in the bottom of the Doritos bag, thinking like, if they got a dog here, he'll never smell this, bro. You know what I mean? So the officer comes up, and he's like, what are you guys doing? He was very aggressive right off the bat. So in hindsight, I think that they planted the bag of weed and were waiting for somebody to pick it up, and then they were going to go pull them over. That's what I think they were doing. Because it wasn't, there was no time for us to be speeding. Russ didn't have a taillight out or anything like that. Do you remember what they pulled him over for?
I don't, actually.
Accelerating too fast.
Oh, my gosh. I do remember
They
that
said he
now.
accelerated too quickly, and that's why they pulled him over.
That is crazy.
Yeah, so just think about that for a second, right? I find this magic bag of weed out in the parking lot. They pull us over. I shove it down in the Cool
100%.
Ranch. And so anyway, so they're talking to Russ. The officer is like, yeah, do you guys have marijuana in here? And Russ is like, no. And he's like, why are your eyes all red? I'll never forget this. He goes, I have allergies. And the guy goes, you have allergies? It's like, yeah, I've been rubbing my eye all night. And he goes, what eye? He goes, this eye. Russ points to one eye. And the officer just kind of looks at him and looks at everybody else. Anybody else got any marijuana in here? And we're like, no. And he's like, what are you guys doing up here? And we're like, we came up here for a CD release party. And he's like, what CD release party is going to be at midnight? And we're like, it's a midnight release party. And we all hold up
our Aussie CDs.
Yeah, we all hold up the Aussie CDs. And he's like, all of you got these? And we're like, it's a CD release party. And he let us go, dude. But he followed us to the Colorado.
He did follow us to the border.
To the Colorado border, dude. All the way.
Dude.
That's a story. I had forgotten about that.
I think about it all the time.
And while you're talking about that, it's weird. Like the picture that you're gonna say is going into my head before you say it. It's all coming back as you're saying it. That was pretty cool.
Russ was all freaked out because he had just bought this new pipe. It was like it looked like an old man. Like a tobacco pipe.
Right.
Like a Sherlock Holmes.
A Sherlock Holmes pipe, dude. And it was like huge and bulky and cumbersome. And he's like, nah, bring it. Like, okay. Like,
why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't you?
That's fucking. See, I had a thought too, because I know that you guys go back a long ways, high school and that. You know what I mean? So
freaking corn here, dude. I'm chilling with corn, bro.
That was the old moniker back in the day, right?
Not to interrupt, Paul, but I saw an old high school buddy last night at a bar in town.
That's right.
Jason Sullivan.
What's up, Sullivan?
What's up, Sully?
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, I want to see Kyle Neely tomorrow. And he goes, really? Corn? I'm like, yeah, dude, fucking corn.
It's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Dude, so I have this thought all the time, and it feels especially significant or like pertinent right now, is the idea of like, and we were discussing this a little bit before we started filming, about the notion of like, when you think of your influences, you think of like big bands in Metallica or Slayer or Deicide or somebody, whoever it is. But a lot of what forms your thoughts or ideas about what you do and don't like, both as a listener and as an artist, came from experiences that you had in high school with other kids that were in bands. There was this band Breakstand, fucking Jesse Hall, R.I.P., baby, miss you. Yeah. And he was the singer for this band, Breakstand. My buddy Paul was in that band. This kid Corey was in there. And like part of there is a direct through line. I was a singer, dude, and there's a direct through line from like me like sitting in those practices and Corey gets off the drum set to piss and I sit down and start fucking around on his drums to the reason why I'm a drummer today.
Oh, shit.
There's a connection there. So I guess like with two like alum, from Windsor, I was curious about just you had touched on how you had gone to a lot of the shows from Kyle's band Choke from high school.
A lot of them, I would say all of them.
Maybe.
To be honest.
Yeah.
I was sort of the weed guy at one point for kind of.
There you go.
Go to the shows, have the weed.
Somebody had to do it.
Can we talk about that? I think so. We're fine.
I think we're okay at this point. Yeah.
Yeah, I would drive the drummer another Paul Peterson.
That's right,
buddy.
What's
Long
that?
time. But yeah, and that's how I would go to the shows because I was buddies with him and you and Schaefer and Mizey and those were good times.
And you and Nick lived together for a while.
We lived together a few times actually because we lived together with Russ, right?
Were you and Schaefer?
Yeah. And then we had our own house together for a couple of years, I think.
Did
we
you?
were there on Ash Street in Windsor.
Oh, I think I had moved at that point.
You were
okay,
in New
got
Jersey,
you.
I think,
Yeah,
at that point. Or Florida, one or the other.
something
Like that. But yeah. Those choke days were good times.
Dude,
hanging out at the Starlight.
super fun, man. Dude, you saying that it made me think. There were at our high school, there were a lot of dudes that played guitar, but there weren't. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if there were any bands in our high school. Dude.
There wasn't a lot of bands directly from our high school.
Yeah, not that I can actually think of.
Even that I can think of. I can't think of any off the top of my head.
Yeah, I can't.
Even if somebody would try to remind me, I would have to think about it. Even still.
I'm pretty sure Dom Mutel had a band.
Okay. I vaguely remember that guy.
Or I'm sorry, not Dom Mutel, Dom Meisenheimer.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he did.
Yeah, he played in a band, but they did like cover songs and stuff like that.
He was also a little older than us too.
Yeah, he was like 2 or 3 years older than us.
Yeah.
And so I guess for me, I remember thinking like guys would bring their guitars, people would bring their guitars to school all the time, and it was basically just to like impress people, you know what I mean? And finally I was like, well, this is stupid. Like a lot of the cats couldn't even play a song from start to finish. They would just learn a part. They would like, I can play the beginning to Satellite by Dave Matthews Band, because that's what all the chicks wanted to do.
Classic.
That was the panty
late
melter.
90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, classic. You learn like one or two riffs.
Yeah, dude,
You
I
know?
remember showing the show. I'm not going to say her name. I remember showing this girl that I really liked back in high school a song that I had written, which ended up becoming a choke song. And she was like, "Yeah, can you play Satellite?" She just straight up, she was like, "Yeah, but can you play Satellite?" And I was
You
like,
created something, but can you play this?
"I know." I was like, "I can." Yeah. That's it.
that's the answer to your question.
That's it. I can.
You
yeah.
wrote something plainly more technically involved and difficult than the beginning of Satellite. Yeah, but can you play Satellite?
That was the measuring stick, though. It was like, can you play this part? I think there was like a Led Zeppelin riff that everybody had to play. It was like
Right.
Over the Hills and Far Away or some shit like that. And if you couldn't play that, then they were like, well, you're not really that good.
Right,
You know,
right.
it was like, I can pick so fucking fast.
Yeah, you have no fucking idea.
You have no idea.
That was kind of the thing that I remember that people said to us at first when we had first started Choke, because Choke was like a thrash metal, new metal band. I guess it was new metal times, but it was more, we just played fast.
Yeah.
And everybody was just like, why are you, like, it's so fast? Like, what the hell? Because
That's the point.
Yeah, that was the point. Thrash is kind of like, was off in the 90s,
Yeah.
right? But playing that fast, people were just like, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah, Choke was fun, dude. It was great.
Yeah, that was a good time,
Those
dude.
shows were awesome with like even a lot of those local bands that weren't from our high school were fun to watch. Like,
Yeah, the Apartment 213.
213 was always fun. You
Were
guys
they
played
not
with those guys a lot?
A lot. Were they not from our high school?
I don't think so.
Oh, did they go to Loveland or something?
I don't know. That's a good question, actually. I don't remember going to high school with any of those guys.
I
I will say a lot of people from our high school knew those guys.
That's true.
But
yeah.
I only knew them through the band.
Damn. Well, I'm not entirely sure. Our Choke's first show was with Apartment 213.
Oh, no shit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep, sure was at the Starlight.
So the first show, Apartment 213, presumably you watch some of their set, right?
Oh, yeah.
Do you have, because this is the part that I fixate on, is that like Breakstand's music, for instance, that band that I was hanging out with them, going to their shows and stuff, they were incredible musicians, but they had a lot of really stark, sudden tempo jumps in their music. And I made an internal decision that when I started really seriously writing music, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to let the groove hang like the whole tune. And so that was, again, that did not come from like Morbid Angel. That came from like kids that like I saw them in school that day. You know, do you remember anything from watching either Apartment 213 or any other band and coming to any kind of conclusion about stylistic or creative preference?
Stylistic or creative preference. Maybe not stylistic or creative preferences, but I guess what did stand out to me was, so I guess early on, it became apparent like what bands were kind of like local bands and then what bands were more like regional or like doing something, I guess, because there was a difference in sound.
Yes.
Right. And so, you know, I'll point out the band Immortal Dominion from back in the day. That was kind of like the band around town, like in the late 90s.
They were the shit.
Yeah, that they were the shit. And when you'd see them live, it was just like, oh shit, like they clearly sound better than every other band, you know? And so I guess that's more kind of like what I took from it. It was like, if you want to be taken seriously, you have to sound serious.
Yeah.
You know, I remember seeing Dead Speak or Truth. I think the same band.
Dead Speak,
Dude,
man.
the guys who own Ernie November, I
Yes,
think. Yeah.
dude. I wish that their stuff was available because I remember having their CDs and I cannot find them.
And you can't find them anywhere
But
anymore.
I remember they had a CD or an EP called My Blood is the Seed of the Beast.
Yes.
I think it was.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hard.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
And I would like that song. Like that dude would scream. Look at them getting like goosebumps. That dude seeing them live and he would scream that, and I would be like, "Fuck yes, dude."
That I
That
remember
shit was heavy.
Yeah, I remember seeing them live and being scared.
Yeah.
Like actually being scared as a kid, being like, "Oh, wow."
And then you'd go up to Ernie's, and that little
Dude's
bald
there.
dude would be working, and he'd be like, "What's up, guys?
Yeah, how's it going?
Right.
Getting
What are you
the
guys
new High
looking
on
for?
Fire. Oh, it's okay." I'm like, okay.
Yeah, guy's a sweetheart.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
super
yeah,
nice guy.
yeah.
Then you see him on stage, you're like, "Oh my god."
Yeah, they ripped, dude. They were really good as far as bands back in the day. I don't know that we ever like really played with them or anything like that. But that was more of just like the inspiration. It wasn't necessarily like, like noticing their tempo changes or even their sound. Like I couldn't even tell you necessarily what they sounded like. It was just that they sounded better.
The overall impression was one of seriousness and professionalism.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah, actually going to an Immortal Dominion / Dead Speaker Truth show was the first time I had been to a local show where it was actually kind of like an elevated thing. We're like, oh, these are regional or local bands, but this looks like a national show. This looks like seeing Fear Factory. This looks like seeing Korn or something like that live because, they've got the big backdrop, they've got all the lights, the smoke, they're all dressed up, you know what I mean?
They would be playing at like the Aggie.
Yeah.
And it would be on the marquee, and it felt like a bigger deal. Even though, like, oh, these guys are from Fort Collins, and those guys are from Cheyenne. It's still kind of a local show, but like you said, it's a regional thing, so it's like a tier. Right?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
It definitely was a...
It was noticeably. It was just noticeably and visibly different compared to other bands.
Yeah.
So I guess that was the biggest thing that kind of like I took away from that. Is just like, damn, dude, I got to get better.
Right, dude. Yeah.
Just got to get better in general.
And sometimes you do have like national act experiences that impress you in a certain way. Kyle, when you were in Jersey, did you ever go to Birch Hill?
Oh yeah,
you've seen shows at the Birch Hill in Old Bridge.
In Old Bridge, I went one time. I think I went with you. Didn't we?
Who did we see?
I don't know.
No, I think that's right. I think we went to Birch Hill.
It would have been like I don't know.
It might have been somebody like God Forbid.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Either God Forbid or maybe A Life Once Lost or Red Chord. I remember seeing this band, The Network, a couple times.
The Network, dude. Did they play? What was the place in Doylestown?
Siren Records.
Siren Records, dude.
Yeah, shout out to Siren Records.
Shout out to fucking Siren Records in Doylestown, Pennsylvania. I feel like I have a memory of seeing The Network at Siren. I think we did a show with them, dude. And I was all like, this is a good band. They're pretty good. But I bring up Birch Hill because I saw Morbid Angel there. And again, my takeaway, like everybody else is like freaking out and there's a pit, and it just like the energy was bonkers. And I was like, full nerd zone standing in the corner, and I'm like, he's playing 15 BPM faster live. I didn't think it was possible to play Rapture faster, but he's doing it.
It's happening.
And I'm just like, so that was my introduction to, at least for certain acts, if they're not on a click, even if it was implicit, even if it wasn't overtly stated, the difference between live tempo and studio recording tempo. Like Slayer plays fast, but I bet that they go out there, Tom Araya has consumed X amount of cocaine, and then they go out there and they do Angel of Death like 10 BPM faster, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's how I felt about Pantera the first time I saw Pantera. I was like, oh, they're playing a lot of these songs faster than on the record. So they definitely weren't to a click.
Yeah.
That happens a lot with metal bands, I found, is we've probably each been to thousands of live shows at this point, but it's always faster live. Always. But it's always just a little bit cooler.
A little bit cooler.
And then it's funny, like, if you do that, I just saw Metallica last year, and they play faster live. And I remember I was listening to the new 72 Seasons, and that new song, Lux Eterna, which is fantastic.
Great.
And live, I was just like, oh my God, this is like a freaking lightning bolt right
Damn,
now.
dude.
And
So
then I go back to
it's better faster.
Yeah. I go back to the album I listened to, I'm like, it's still pretty good.
And
And then I'll text Nate, like, remember when we saw that live? It was way better. And like, it's not that it's bad on the record, because it's great, but
Extra BPM put it over the edge,
just
dude.
like, oh my God.
it was, dude, it was
The
more
70,000 people didn't hurt either. So.
Lux Eterna on the record is more like Overkill by Motorhead.
Yeah.
Like a train beat.
It's a fun song.
Oh, dude, it's great.
It's a good
song,
album, by the way. I think it's great.
Oh, yeah, buddy.
John, you go to a lot of concerts. What's your favorite concert that you've ever been to?
Ever?
Ever.
Man, that's a tough question. It is actually one that I think about a lot. And I like to say that like my last concert was my favorite concert, but that's kind of a dumb answer. So we'll try to think of one that's pretty good here. Last year actually was really good for concerts. Probably a Bath
Oh,
playing Immortal songs in a little place in Denver. I think it's called the Marquee.
yeah.
Right?
Marquee.
It's not very big.
Yeah, Marquee Pizza.
Abbott was at the fucking Marquee.
Yeah, and he was
dude?
supposed to play somewhere else, but it was kind of a, hey, we need to add another show before the actual tour starts.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do that. And they were going to play at like Mission Ballroom or something, but the promotion was minimal, so they moved it to the Marquee, which isn't a whole lot bigger than this room here that we're in. And me and Nate and Jake were literally, from me to you, watching a Bath play 90s Immortal songs.
Damn.
And just like, oh my God, this is amazing. And what made it really cool is again, being with your buddies and experiencing that and like just high-fiving the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
But then after the show, he posts on his social media, he goes, Denver, fun show tonight, felt like the old days. And I was
That's
like,
cool.
Ooh, that hits home, dude.
Because you know he saw you.
Yeah. He looked right. We made eye contact.
Yeah.
So that's a top tier show. But if you want to go like back a little farther, I like shows that make me feel something, which most shows do.
They should.
Elvis Costello is one.
Oh,
that
damn.
I try not to miss because he's going to bring a tear to my eye
Yeah.
every time I see him.
Yeah.
That's one of my dad's guys. So
Yes.
that he would be up there. I saw him just last year also. So that show was right up there. I saw him actually a few years ago, about 10 years ago, at in Omaha, in a symphony hall.
Okay.
And he goes, we don't really get to play a lot of these symphony halls like this, and this place is amazing. And I cannot remember the name of the place, but he unplugged his guitar, stepped away from the microphone, and just with an acoustic played Allison.
Oh.
So just all you heard was reel him and reel the guitar unplugged, and that I was crying. My cousin was crying.
Yeah.
I was like, this is amazing.
Damn.
Fucking hell.
So that's probably the single greatest concert experience of my life, is that song.
That
Shout out
is
to my old man for that one.
That's a
Straight
good
up.
one, dude.
Love you, Pops.
Yeah. That's a good one, dude. Paul let us know the other day that his first concert was Dave Matthews Band.
That's right. Now I'm a little bit of a weirdo, dude. I'm a weird guy. I actually do not go to see a lot of the acts that I really love. And it's because of a very early experience going to see Dave Matthews Band. I really loved the Under the Table and Dreaming record. I loved that record. And I went, and I'm surrounded by hundreds of people, and they all know the same words I know, and they're having an experience the same way I'm having an experience. And it taught me something about myself. I felt invaded. I was like, you fucking idiots. These are my feelings, you morons. Get the fuck away from me, dude. And ever since then, I have not seen a ton of my big ones. Like, it was, that record was so personal for me that it felt like an intrusion to be surrounded by people, man. So yeah, so maybe that's weird for me to say as a live performer, but I'm just like, yeah, I get real private, I get real in my feelings about that stuff.
That's an interesting take on a live show like that.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know if I've ever heard somebody say that.
I kind
right there with you.
of went the other way
Kind of
with
blew
it,
my
dude.
mind a little bit.
Kind of went the other way with it, dude. I've seen Metallica; they were great. I've seen Spin Doctors, dude. They were great. I saw, I've seen a lot of people, and had a good time. But at the end of the day, I get clinical at shows. I'm looking at the sound guy. I'm looking at the stage. I'm looking at the musicians. You'll be like, can this dude really pull this part off live? I don't know. I'm a weird fella.
You know the burden of truth. You know what's kind of going on behind the scenes.
You do almost know too much.
Yeah.
And when you've been doing it for as long as we've been doing it.
Is it like going to a magic show, like Penn and Teller, but you know how the trick's done? So you're like,
it does sometimes feel like that. And it's really circling back to that's the magic. It doesn't, I don't think that it diminishes the magic, man. You still realize you're experiencing something very powerful, but just, I get heady about stuff. I don't know. it reminds me a little bit of what it was like when I was first learning theory, because you start listening to music in a different way. You start to analyze it and study it, and it takes it out of that pure realm of just enjoyment. And you're like, oh, dude, I can't stop thinking. You're like, this is in 4. They're in B flat.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, like you're not in the moment. You're in your head.
You're
right?
calculating, dude. And I think I am the kind of person who was always come by that fairly honestly. And then I learned a bunch of stuff, and I made it past that stage. But, even when I'm listening to a song that I absolutely love, there's a little news ticker at the bottom of my brain that's all like, this guy's really good at improvising over these complicated chord changes. It just happens to me, dude.
It becomes tough to turn it off.
It becomes tough to turn it off.
It's
like Pete
a burden
DeBoer.
and a curse.
Pete DeBoer from the other episode, talking about how he puts on a record once a year that he worked on, and he can listen to it purely as a record, and then but he can't go back on it a second time in too close a proximity, because then he starts to judge his work. It's tough. Hard on the boulevard.
It is. It can be tough on the boulevard. Well, boys, we are getting right at, believe it or not, we are almost at an hour already.
Holy
so
smokes.
I know time flies when you're having fun.
It does.
So, John, rock photographer John Loen, why don't you let the people out there know where they can find you on the social medias?
On the socials, I'm on Instagram at Loen Behold, Loen_B_hold. I'm also at Vinyl in Motion, which I think we're going to crack that can back open.
Yes, sir.
I'm on Facebook just as John Loen.
There you go.
I am on X, which I just started. I'm not even sure what my handle is, to be honest. But I know if you look up my name and see a picture of a plate of nachos, that's me. And I think I've made one post. So, But the Instagram, check it out.
Fuck yeah.
Come say hi.
Exactly. Yeah, be friends. Go see a concert with John. Invite him to a concert.
I love talking music. Going to shows is the best. So
You need somebody to come out and take rock photos for you? This is your dude.
He's your man.
I'll take
He's
a
your
picture.
dude. All right. Well, that wraps up episode. What are we at? 30 fucking
This
5
is 30,
million?
33.
33. That's right. Paul, what do we say at the end of every single fucking episode?
Glory to the order. Eat it on the border. Go Huskers.
Go up.